I've been working on the Mastermind report, the newsletter, things that's going out. And to me, Wednesday was admin day, but if I was actually trading, I think the VIX would have been we knew it was going to have volatility. Like, and the chance of the VIX not going up was like rare. Like, it's almost like understanding that, we had the FOMC coming on the 21st. We got a VIX, here, we knew that the VIX was going to go up. Like, it wasn't going to go no volatility. We were expecting volatility. So that is a play going into the FOMC every month. Or, anytime there's big news that we know is coming up. So maybe when I go through the report, this month, I'm going to identify that and be like, all right, the play is the VIX, right? A day or two before and say, hold it for 2 or 3 days because we're going into a high volatility period, right? Now, if we have these easy trades that we're all looking at, now we're reminding each other that, hey, we got all this news coming out, indicators, hey, I'm going to take the VIX and I'm just going to hold it for a couple of days. Or I'm with Brandon and we're going to take an option, on a volatility, right? And knowing that I can just exit during that whipsaw time, or I'm going to put a stop in, and that's just a green trade. So do we see how we can plan out a couple of good trades a month to be in profits?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. And that's just reading the report. And that's why you read the report, you highlight some things, and you say, hey, you know what? I got this bearish period coming. I got, I read all the days. Don't go to the report when you get it next month and just read, every day, look at it. Go through the report and then highlight some of the days there where it's like, this is what's happening, right? Oh man, we got a period of 3 bearish days, maybe on this dip buy, and I'm gonna have a short bias and ride the short end to these days, or maybe I'm gonna pick a VIX call during here. I mean, I can remind guys, but I try not to trade every day because part of the trading to me is a freedom. But next month, I do plan to get long and say, hey, you know what? Well, some of this is going to play out, or I'm going to leverage something and put stops in and just let it ride, right? And then of course I let it ride and it gets up to a certain extent, and then sometimes I'll cash out just because it's like I want to make money. I want to cash out, and I can't get mad at myself for cashing out a green trade, even though it can continue to go up, even though we had it. That used to be the joke with me and Tiala. Like, we had the NFTs, and I was like, man, I can't hold it that long. Like, I can't. I keep looking at it. I got to sell it because I know that the market turns. And to me, it's a disservice if I see something up 10, 20, 30 grand and don't sell it, and I got multiples. It's like it's hard for me to hold it. And that is also another part of traders. So traders are so people that get into the market are sold on greed and hope, right? Guys that are market in this trade industry, they sell people on greed and hope, and then they don't. It's hard to sell people on fear, right? And so for me, I'm gonna use that as a benefit that, hey, you're gonna let your family down, which is fear, if you don't sell. To get guys to sell, because they'll hold forever for hope. They'll hold forever for greed. That's why so many people have so many followers, because they're playing to people's greed, right? And it if I say, you know what, you could have made 1,000, but you only did 200, they could be pissed off, but they won't be broke. If I'm saying hold forever and then it goes down, then it's like, damn, they're broke and they're not making no money. So I'd rather for you to sell. Don't wait for the whole entire move to happen. Just take it out, and just every day, if you keep doing that, you'll compound your account by being profitable. You also have a trade history of being green. You'll have more doors open winning. It's hard to have doors opening and you keep losing. So, the seasonality, the futures, I go through the futures market and I say, all right, what, right here, the major index, if we'd have gotten in VIX in July and held to October, you would be up, right? That was one of the swing trades today, buy the volatility for September. When the market was up, we were saying, hey, buy the volatility, do a long call. We know September will be down, and it says October 9th, right? Treasury bonds, right? They're low during this period, and then they start raising into September. A lot of this information, I'm glad we get to have this call because I get to remind guys that this is stuff we had in the market cycles, some of the 2-week training, private training classes, and then financials. They start at the end of November. So what's down right now? What is financials? If we know that they start moving in November, right? I come over here to a the sector, right? FIS is ETF. What is it? Yeah, I think FIS, that's what I used to trade. Where is FIS ETF? Well, let's see. It's just did they change it? My bad. Yeah. Man, I've been having so much confused myself.
Is it SIFI? Harbor Scientific?
It's we go through the ETFs.
Barry just told you in the chat. I think he says XLF.
Yeah, that's another one though. I let me see. Hey, I trade ETF, so I'm like, I don't know why it's coming date ETF database. It's a fintech. I mean, it's a financial services ETF.